From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, July the 29th, 2024. We open with the devastating rocket attack Saturday that left 12 children in northern Israel dead, killed when a rocket launched by terror group Hezbollah in Lebanon hit a soccer field in the northern Druze town of Majd al-Shams, killing 10-year-old Milar Madad al-Shar, 11-year-old Alma Ayman Fahar al-Din, 11-year-old Naji Taher Halabi, 12-year-old Yazan Naif Abu Salah, 12-year-old Izil Nashat Ayub, 12-year-old Finis Adam Safadi, 13-year-old John Wadi Ibrahim, 15-year-old Hazem Akram Abu Salah, 16-year-old Fajr Laith Abu Salah, 16-year-old Amir Rabi Abu Salah, 16-year-old Nazim Faher Saib, and 11-year-old Gevara Ibrahim. The children laid to rest yesterday and today. Some 20 others were wounded in the rocket attack. The IDF said the rocket that hit the soccer field was an Iranian-made Falak 1 with a warhead of over 110 pounds of explosives. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited Majd al-Shams today and laid a wreath at the site of the tragedy. He said, "These children are our children. They are the children of us all. Our response," he said, "will come, and it will be severe." Rocket barrages have continued to be fired from Lebanon at northern Israel throughout this past weekend and into today, with the IDF responding today, conducting several limited drone strikes against vehicles of terrorists. But it remains to be seen how the IDF will respond to the Majd al-Shams attack. IDF spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari had more.
The IDF is currently holding a situational assessment, and we will prepare for a response against Hezbollah. We will finish our assessments and we will act. This attack shows the true face of Hezbollah, a terrorist organization that targets and murders children playing soccer on a Saturday evening. We will act to restore full security on our northern border for all the citizens of the State of Israel.
Israel's President Isaac Herzog said there were no words to describe the tragedy and said, "Hezbollah, armed and funded by Iran, does not distinguish between child or adult, soldier or civilian, Jew or Muslim, Druze or Christian," vowing that the State of Israel will firmly defend its citizens and its sovereignty. U.S. National Security Council spokesperson Adrienne Watson said the attack should be universally condemned. She said Hezbollah started firing on Israel on October the 8th, claiming solidarity with Hamas, another Iranian-backed terrorist group. She said our support for Israel's security is ironclad and unwavering against all Iran-backed threats, including Hezbollah. Watson said the United States is also working on a diplomatic solution along the blue line that will end all attacks once and for all and allow citizens on both sides of the border to safely return to their homes. The IDF today announced that 21-year-old Sergeant Yonatan Aharon Greenblatt, who was critically injured in Rafah in Gaza on July the 20th, died from those injuries today. A reservist soldier was killed during fighting in Rafah on Thursday. He is 37-year-old Corporal in Reserve Moti Rosenfeld. And 19-year-old Staff Sergeant Noam Dweck died in Gaza on Thursday in a non-combat accident, apparently from inhaling toxic fumes. That is under investigation. The remains of 5 Israeli hostages were recovered Thursday in a military rescue operation in Gaza. The IDF said the bodies of the murdered hostage Maya Goren and of the fallen soldiers held captive Master Sergeant in Reserve Oren Golden, Staff Sergeant Tomer Achimas, Sergeant Kirill Brodsky, and Sergeant Major in Reserve Ravid Arya Katz were rescued from the Khan Yunis area. The soldiers were all said to have been killed fighting Hamas terrorists during the October 7th massacre, their bodies kidnapped to Gaza. Goren's death was announced in December of last year, but it is unclear exactly when she was killed. The IDF vowed to continue to operate using all intelligence and operational means necessary to fulfill the mission of rescuing all of the hostages. 115 hostages remain in captivity in Gaza, now held for 297 days. The Times of Israel reported that Israel's negotiating team was in Rome yesterday, meeting with top negotiators from the United States, Egypt, and Qatar to discuss an updated Israeli proposal for a hostage release deal with Hamas. Well, the Paris Olympic Games opened on Friday, and Team Israel was proudly there, led by flag bearers, swimmer Andy Mures, and judoka Peter Palchik, leading the way. Israel's delegation, which is under very tight security, is made up of 88 athletes this year, competing in 15 different sports, including this weekend and today in judo, fencing, surfing, gymnastics, and swimming, with Israeli Aviv Barzilai finishing first in her women's 100-meter backstroke heat today. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, July the 29th at 7 o'clock, episode 10 of the hit Israeli TV series Srugim. That's followed by The Wisdom of Dr. Ruth, honoring the late Dr. Ruth Westheimer. At 8, Abigail Pogrebin is joined by Rabbi Matthew D. Gewirtz, who talks about his memoir that offers insights on how to nurture communities in today's climate of fractured politics and hostility. At 8:30, I speak with comedian Modi Rosenfeld to talk about advocating for Israel and how his comedy serves as a respite during these difficult times. At 9, it's the late Jackie Mason on L'chaim, followed by comic Judy Gold at the 92nd Street Y. At 10:30, an encore of the news, and coming up next, it's Good Week, Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, July the 29th, 2024. I'm Teisha Bader. Am Yisrael Chai.